All right. Well,
OJ's
I did see today that you
What'd you
had
see?
a boxing career. Would you like to tell us about your boxing career?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that when
Really?
you wrapped presents?
My yes, that was my my boxing.
No, that was his
That might have
rapping
been
career.
more successful.
I started boxing when I was like 17, and then when I graduated high school and I went to college, I kind of, Litchfield is not known for their great boxing gyms, so there was nowhere to really continue that.
We're sorry.
Fast forward about like 15 years later, I'm like, fuck, I'm getting old. If I was going to take a fight, like I better get back in the gym and get in halfway decent shape and start fighting again. And I went back to the gym and I start after like 3 months. Don't play that. That is my first time. That is my first time back in a boxing ring in 15 years. I don't take responsibility.
Oh, he is red.
Warts and all, pal. Warts and all.
Oh, yeah. This is my first time working mitts in 15 years.
You look good.
And I think I was like,
Which one are you?
35 pounds.
You were
Hey,
235.
I think I was like 235.
Is that Kevin Brennan in the back?
Or Chad Zuma.
Kill you if you spar me.
Kill you. You're like learning your range there. I see. You're a tall guy,
we're not
man.
gonna
You got to
try
extend
to-
that jab a little more and keep that guy at bay.
Well,
I'm seeing.
the coach that is running the mitts there, he's big on like basically he has a wrestling background, so he likes that kind of mauling
pushing you.
kind of
Yeah, he's
boxing
pushing on you.
style. Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes
Your
that
hands are
shit.
too
I don't know, but yeah,
As a
I
guy
decided,
No. You look pretty good.
As a guy who's also pretty big, man.
moving
it's
around.
It's kind of scary how folks don't really realize
Shitty
how even
stance.
though we're oafish in structure and stature, we can really fucking reach you
Hey,
from
one of
far
the most
away.
important things.
You know.
One of the
I'm
most
a-
Well,
I
what
can't
I was
try
going to
to-
point out is there was actually some pretty good pop on that. I will say, and your footwork wasn't bad. And I also, how tall are you?
how tall am I?
He's like
About
6'4".
6'3", 6'4", right in there.
Right in the
Yeah,
middle.
so I was the same once upon a time, but yeah, like people don't realize
Now you're
like
like
one
4
good
feet.
shot from someone with long arms like that, you're out. That's
Hold
it.
on.
Yeah.
Aaron had a
You
line.
people out
Aaron,
yourself.
how tall? Aaron, how tall is he now?
How tall is who?
You said it, and then you pulled back.
Me? I didn't say
Yeah.
anything. I said I was 6'3",
all right.
6'4".
What happened?
No. Derek said I was at one time 6'4", and then someone jumped in and said now you're 4'3".
That's
The
correct. Not
same
me.
size as R2D2.
I thought it was a mailbox.
Beep, oh, beep.
No, I got back into boxing, and then one thing I shouldn't have done, I shouldn't have ignored my coaches. They said, look, you're not ready to take a fight yet. You got a lot of rust left to knock off. And so I ignored them. I took a fight and I got blown the fuck out in like a minute. A guy caught me with a right hand right on the nose and just popped it wide open. And then they had to wave it off. You can't
Nice.
be leaving
That's
blood.
awful.
In an
It's better
amateur
than
boxing
trying
match,
to
they don't
put
let you
your-
leak blood all over the ring. So
Why you
I
got
came
AIDS
back-
or something?
I did have terrible AIDS actually. Yeah, I'm better now. But yeah,
it's
I
better
came
than
back and I'm
trying
like,
to-
well, I can't end it there. So like 4 months later, I came back and I drew a guy who was like 6'7", 240.
He's huge.
And we have that one on video. I was fighting a Detroit Lakes fighter in Detroit Lakes, gave up the first round, won the last two, knocked him down in the third, but two of the judges gave him the third round that he got knocked down in, and somehow I lost a decision in that fight.
it was home cooked. Yeah.
Did you bite him in the face or something like
I
that?
should
try
have.
to-
I would have known.
You didn't try to hug him like Jimmy Martinez?
Yeah.
It was weird watching you be so short next to somebody for
Yeah.
a change.
No,
That guy was huge.
Stevie, I had to fight like fucking Joe Frazier. I'm sitting there bobbing and weaving with this 6'7"
Yeah.
guy,
I know.
just looking like I'm 5'8".
He was half your age too.
Yeah, I think he was like 20, 21 years old.
He was 18.
Oh, he was 18. Fuck.
Oh,
yeah.
hey,
And
I got a joke like Stevie would have. Was it in Diggstown?
oh fuck, that wasn't a Stevie Lee joke. Holy shit.
Oh, god damn it.
No.
So
Where's that
what
car
weight
crash
class
sound
were
effect?
what weight class were you?
Sorry.
203 plus.
Sorry, I
I'm a
didn't mean to
heavyweight.
cut you
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. 203
I didn't
plus.
mean to Stevie Lou you. Go ahead on your story.
Yeah, no. So after that one, now I'm training fighters and I'm still working and sparring. So they're trying to get me to do another fight. And I think what I'd like to do is just fight that same guy again and just run that back, or just start.
Which
cornering
one?
guys.
The big guy.
The second guy.
The big guy. I do want to fight the first guy again, because I shouldn't have been in a boxing ring at that time, and I think that would have been a lot easier fight now than it was then.
Aaron,
That guy was an athlete.
Yeah.
I'm seeing big time like Larry Holmes vibes out of your stature and how you approach the ring. So.
With heavyweights, so many of them are taller than me that if you go back, I think a style I probably emulate more than any others, probably more of a James Toney.
Oh yeah, man, that was a
like
motherfucker.
He was kind of the shell, the double jab, get inside, body work, that kind of thing.
Yeah, he ended up going on. He went to do MMA for a little bit at the end of his career.
Yeah.
He was that bad of a motherfucker that he could do MMA.
Yeah, my favorite fighter of all time is easily Bernard Hopkins, but I tried to fight that style, and it's just my size, that conditioning, you just that much moving and shit, I can't. But the Tony style is great for a big guy because it's a good lazy style. You don't have to move around a lot. Yeah. It's head movement, shell guard, all that shit. I love that.
I've always been. My
favorite fighter of all time is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
From Victoria, Texas. I mean, just a great fighter.
I'm partial. Lennox Lewis, the last name that kind of helps, but Lennox
Black Englishman.
His fight against Evander Holyfield is, his fights against Evander Holyfield are some of the greatest of all time.
The one against Chaz Zumach's a fighter. He said he's been fighting his whole life up until his late 40s.
To my thoughts and prayers, because I'm gonna knock the head off.
If legal charges are something you fight, then he has technically been fighting his entire life.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Fuck.
That's a good
one. That's what I call my right hook.
If common sense and punchlines equal fighting, he's been fighting a losing battle with that since since his career started.
Facts.
He's been fighting off pussy very well. I mean, he seems to do very well with that also.
And now he's fighting off cancer.
Yeah, he'll fight paying rent. He'll fight paying that rent anytime soon. Too.
Fights having his own place, fights paying his own bills. He is a fighter. You guys are underestimating him.
I was a fighter. Oh,
the Chad with the car.
He'll fight a ninja. He'll fight a ninja blender right out of the fucking target too if you need.
He's fighting having a reasonable blood pressure. I mean, he's doing great with all of it.
And by that you mean he can just pick it up and walk out.
He can't even afford to buy a mic stand,
No,
he's got it going on.
He's got to hold it up.
Yeah,
I think after watching that. After watching that last clip of you boxing, I think I'd love to see you and Chad mix it up at this point.
Well, and that was me in the ring. That was me in the ring for the first time in 15 years. I mean, now that guy, I crush that guy.
Would you like me to get some new footage?
Yeah, we'll get some new footage. We'll get some new footage. If they're gonna ambush me with boxing footage on these podcasts, I gotta work on my.
I'll get some new shit.
I gotta get a sizzle reel going.
We're real punks.
It depends what ring we want to see you in.
I don't know if you can take Chad though, dude. I'm sorry, but he might cheat and steal your credit cards.
Oh god damn it! So
you're gonna have to have someone in your locker room. Yeah, someone's got to be in your locker room during the fight. At all times, watching your wallet.
Everything.
I gotta have somebody.
Come out to the ring with a handbag on.
He lies, he cheats, he steals.
How about I walk to the ring, and while I'm walking to the ring, you see me put my wallet in my front pocket.
The whole fight, you're like, come and get it. You keep pointing to it in the mid-fight. You're like, come and get it, bitch.
I don't put my hands up here. I put my left hand over my wallet and my right hand over my chest pocket. Just kind of fight like that.
I think Jake Hudson will be his towel boy.
It's a card on a pole match.
Serious question. Who
maybe you'll let him carry your jock strap into the ring.
Serious question. Do you have any favorite boxing trainers?
Serious question.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, I do have quite a few favorite boxing trainers. I think the hacky answer would be Angelo Dundee, so I won't say that one.
Don't say that. It's a serious question.
I like Buddy McGirt. I like
serious.
God damn. Buddy McGirt and shit. Why am I blanking out? Emmanuel Stewart. He's dead.
Yeah, Emmanuel Stewart.
One of my favorites of all time.
Yeah.
And then I would have to say Teddy Atlas is probably
Yeah.
one of my favorites too. Those would probably be my three favorite ones: Emmanuel Stewart, Buddy McGirt, and Teddy Atlas. Those three are all.
You think
well,
Kevin Rooney's overrated because he had Tyson, or you think?
No,
Yeah,
Kevin, no. All right.
I think a lot of Tyson was Rooney, or excuse me, it was Cuss, it was Teddy, and Rooney kind of got the finished product. I know that when Rooney left, Tyson got worse, but also Tyson was getting new managers and new promoters, and he was going to be a head case anyway. So
really quick, Kevin Rooney, as a New York City boxing guy, he is still super active in the sport, and he is always good to his boxers and takes care of guys, and he's one of the few people that really care.
He's tons of boxer too.
I've had some experience with the DeBella Entertainment Organization. Lou DeBella is a guy that I've had some. I used to help build the rings and stuff for their New York City shows. And Kevin Rooney and his son, actually, he's got Kevin Jr. is also a really good guy. So I know there was some sketchy shit happened back in the 80s and 90s, but Kevin Rooney is a stand-up dude from what I know. So.
Oh no, he's a good dude. I'm just saying, like, as far as a trainer goes, he's a good trainer, but I don't think you can give him credit, or I don't think you can make him the guy that, like, Tyson was such a freak that, I mean, that was just kind of designed.
He hit the lottery.
And burn really hot and then flame out.
Yeah,
people forget lottery there. Tyson didn't beat a quality opponent after like 92. I mean, Tyson didn't beat a meaningful guy for the last, I don't know, 10, 12 years of his career. It's amazing how much money he made and how much he coasted on that previous.
There was no one to fight, though.
No,
Aaron,
there was.
Is it his fault that there was no one?
Well,
his era.
He didn't run from nobody. He never ran from a fight.
No. He fought them all. He lost to the really great ones.
And also Mitch Green, bro. Those Mitch Green fights are fucking bad to watch, man.
Yeah,
like, that's scary shit. You know?
Watching him destroy Holmes and all that. It was. I mean, he was such a talent.
Yeah.
His wins over Botha and Galata were pretty later in his career.
I remember watching the Botha fight. I remember watching the Botha fight and thinking, "Oh my God, Mike's gonna lose!" Like he was getting beat by Botha until he landed that right,
and then he fucking just he hit that one right hand.
Yeah,
I'll never forget when he punched Stone Cold Steve Austin. Right then, he punched
Shawn Michaels in
the face.
Shawn Michaels.
I'll never forget. Right after
Stevie Lou, you're right. I take it back. Mike Tyson did beat a quality opponent, former world champion Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels, at
WrestleMania. Yes.
Yeah. He also until I loved him.
He also punched Chris Jericho on an episode of Raw like 12 years later.
Wasn't that in Minnesota? I think I was at that one.
Christ,
really?
I think
I think he's probably the guest host. It was like really 2009 or 2010, around that time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go back to what Aaron was saying there. It's the Dynamite Kid versus the Heartbreak Kid. And which is worse in your opinion, Heartbreak or Dynamite? And
wrestling's the worst.
I'm going to say Dynamite wins because Dynamite can physically break your heart, so it can cause the other one. Dynamite. And also, it's a lot gayer to say you died from Heartbreak than you died from Dynamite. It's kind of badass to say you got killed by Dynamite. Yeah. If you tell anybody you got killed by Heartbreak,
he's going to hit. You can't say you were killed by Dynamite. Here you go. I'm in a bar tomorrow. I'm going to go to a fucking bar and be drinking. Hey, buddy, I was fucking killed by Dynamite.
Yeah.
April, what do you think? What's your favorite wrestler, April? The gay one or the gayer one?
The gayest one, of course.
Hey, listen, Heartbreak.
I was killed by Dynamite, brother.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Heartbreak is
done wrestling?
Yeah, I have done a little pro wrestling.
He's done pro wrestling before.
One time HBK fucking killed me with Dynamite. So that's a double whammy.
If the Heartbreak Kid kills you with Dynamite, that's the worst. That's the ultimate trump card.
And listen, Heartbreak is tough.
He fucking super kicked the Dynamite right in my chin.
Listen, I know a
comedian. Trump? Did you Trump? I love Trump. No, who's this guy you almost got into a fight with on stage?
What's that?
Aaron,
that's
who's this guy you almost got into a fight with on stage? Like in a comedy? Was that like a roast?
Max Weir, that's a fun one. So there was this local comedian, and we had promoted his gigs. Max Weir's, W-I-R-Z. You won't find him anymore. He got accused of rape multiple times and had to leave town and change his name.
He had to have some girl. He had to have some girl pull him away from you too. That was
well, here's the story behind that. This is me at my absolute fattest. Like, this is the most out of shape I was.
I'm shocked.
And this guy was he wanted to be on our show really bad, and it was nothing personal. I was just like, look, we don't have a lot of guests. You're not really someone that can really do much for us, so whatever. And then he just kind of starts shitting on the show and shitting on us, and Aaron won't have me on. And then so one day I'm like, well, it'll be good for the radio if we have him on the show. He comes on, the audience thinks he stinks, he's not funny. I start confronting him on the shit he said. He throws a fit, drops the F-bomb, storms out of the station. We find out that one of my co-hosts, Corey, mustache guy, has been asked to host Max's room that he runs, and Max is going to be the headliner. And Corey's great idea is, well, Aaron, why don't you come on stage with me? I'll put Max on stage at the same time, and you guys will hammer this thing out. And in a very, Max and Chad, they share a lot in common. And that is when they get mad or they get in a feud, they forget to be funny and they go right to anger. I knew that about this Max guy.
hatred,
So I figured I'll just be a smart ass up there and he'll melt down. And sure enough, he picked up, I think it was a stool or a chair.
I think it was a stool.
I didn't even know. I'm sitting there making fun of him and playing to the crowd, and we're having a great time. He picked up a stool, and I guess he was going to fucking hit me with it until Corey grabbed it or something or stopped him. So then we get off stage. We're done. The show's over. He comes up to me while I'm drinking at the bar and talking to people and goes, I don't even remember what it was, but I'll fuck you up. And you see in the video, I just turn around like, what the fuck? And I stare and look at him. I go, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then two girls just kind of whisk him away. They just kind of each grab him by the arm.
Take
and
him away.
Like two girls just kind of walk him away while I'm standing there. And I just kind of turn around and go right back to my drink. And then we had a lot of fun with that on the show. And then a couple of months later, he gets a couple of rape accusations. He's got to leave town. And I'm going to go ahead and declare victory on that one.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of fun with those
You won.
accusations.
You won.
Yeah.